Shalom to the brother you want to thumb. Shalom Malak Brakatham you also.
Might move this over. There's a lot of space over there. Might move this over there. Doing that one too with you. Like, took a half step down, my brother. Oh, all right, we both still in there. Perfect. Shalom, Akim. Shalom, Akim. Akwaf, brothers and sisters. Who join the lesson, will join the lesson. We're out here another day, all through the spirit of the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, and his son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. So we preaching Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, the true and proper names of the Most High and his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is the name of the Son of the Most High. So before we get started, we want to give all praises, infinite honor, and glory to the God of heaven and earth, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh and his Son, Yahweh Shai. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel who labored in truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. From Rakim La, Habayah, Badabada, which means blessings to the house of David, which ye brothers laboring in truth and sincerity, and to the Akim, Wa'akwaf, brothers and sisters that listen and believe on the glorious gospel being preached unto you. We say Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, and Barakatham. Right? We here another night with another camp. Shalom to the sister Athena, all you brothers and sisters getting on both channels. May the Most High continue to bless and keep you Akim and you Akwaf. So we have nothing in general, but we will start at the book of Hosea 6 and verse 1. Ultimately, every day that we hear is one day closer to the kingdom, so that should give all you brothers and sisters a little solace or peace of mind. Every day we hear is one day closer to the kingdom. And the kingdom is coming by way of our Lord Yahweh Shai. Hosea 6, verses starting at verse 1. We'll roll there. See what we get out of there.
The book of Hosea, chapter 6, verse 1, and it reads, Come and let us return unto Adonai Yahweh.
Yep.
For he hath torn, and he will heal us.
Yep.
He has smitten, and he will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us.
After 2 days will he revive us. Meaning he's giving us the breath back. Go for me, Zakar, Job 33, and start at 3. Read that again. Amath, Baba Kusha.
The book of Hosea, chapter 6, verse 1, and it reads, Come and let us return unto Adonai Yahweh.
And that's what we're telling our people now. We're telling our people, the Israelites, the men of the Lord, is teaching his word, truth and sincerity, to come and return to the truth, return unto the Lord Yahweh, the true God of heaven and earth. Come out of the ways that you have been in, the ideologies, the mindset, right? These false doctrines, the doctrines of devils, the beliefs in the world, these organized religions which are wicked. Go ahead.
Tom, we have torn, he will heal us.
That's us going through chattel slavery, 350 plus years, even to now, of slavery. But chattel slavery, we was literally in chains. He have torn and he will heal us. We're being healed by way of the word. The truth is what's starting the process of healing us. Now, ultimately, the ultimate healing come by way of getting those new bodies and receiving salvation. That's the true healing, the ultimate healing. But it's starting right now. The Lord is giving us the ointment. The word is like ointment. That's starting the process of us, being healed, to try to start scabbing up some of those wounds, those open wounds that we have. Go ahead.
God, for he hath torn, and he will heal us, and he hath spent, and he will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us.
After 2 days, 2,000 years. One day to the Lord, matter of fact, we'll get that. And Peter,
I got you.
One day to the Lord, you get that from me, is as 1,000 years. So this 2 days is, not talking about literally 2 days. 2 days to God in heaven is different than 2 days to man on earth. The Most High supersedes time. He was before time. He predates time, actually. Right? He predates time. And I'll hold that in the book of Daniel. Yahweh, the Most High God, predates time. So let's find out what these 2 days is talking about. You got it, Akia.
Yeah, this is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Most High as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Yep.
All right, and this shows that what, that the Most High is not subject to time. All right, that that the Most High has no time. Okay, you got it.
He can't be bound by it.
He can't be bound.
Not, but man can, because we are mortal flesh. In this mortal flesh, we are bound by time all the time, every day, right? Every 24-hour, period. Hey, that shows we're bound by time.
Right.
This is Daniel. Oh, I'm good. I'm gonna bring it here. This is Daniel 7 and verse 9 to add on to that. It says, "And I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days," another title for the Most High, is the Ancient of Days. "And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hairs of his head was like the pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as the burning fire. And a fiery stream is issued and came forth from before him. Thousands and thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him," showing you that there's millions, an innumerable amount of angels in the heavens. "The judgment was set, and the books were open." Right? You got the book of life.
Yep.
It's part of the books that was open. And then the scriptures. So the judgment was set, and then the books being open, the book of life, whose the elect names are written in there, but you also have the Bible, which is the prophecies coming to pass. That's open before the heavens too. So everything that's going on is going on above, right? And then it's happening below. It's happening here on the earth. Everything is playing out in the heavens. That's why when you read the Revelation, it says, "And I saw the 7 angels with the 7 trumpets." That's speaking about how in the heavens that's already it's been discussed. So that's playing out right now, right? So after 2 days, we'll touch on that 2 days. The brothers got 1 day to the Lord is 1,000 years. 1,000 years is as 1 day. So that's to the Ancient of Days, the Most High. You got it, Akyar.
The book of Hosea, chapter 6, verse 2, and it reads, "After 2 days will he revive us, and the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. Then shall we know, and we follow to know how Adonai Yahweh, his going forth is prepared as the morning."
His going forth is prepared as the morning. So the coming of Yahweh Shai is likened unto the morning, right?
Yep. New day.
Exactly. So that will be the coming of Yahweh Shai. You about to say something, bro?
No.
Yeah. Matter of fact, get Proverbs 4.
God.
We'll come back to Hosea 6. We're almost done there. Get Proverbs 4 and start at verse 17.
God.
So his going forth, the coming of who you call JC, right? Or the anointed Savior is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. His coming forth, his going forth is like the morning. Let's find out and get more understanding of that. You got it, Akyar.
God. The book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 17, and it reads, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence, but the path of the just is as a shining light."
So the going forward, the coming of Yahweh Shai is like the morning. So the path of the righteous are similar to the path or the coming of Yahweh Shai, because the path of the just is like a shining light. That's like the morning, when the light hits you in the morning through your blinds.
Right.
So that's like the coming of Yahweh Shai. So the just are in a similar nature, because that light is symbolic of truth and righteousness. So the just will put that on. You can bring that. We're going to go right back there, though, because we ain't finished that. You got it.
Yeah, I'll finish this verse.
No, you go ahead. Bring what you got.
It's a book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 105. "Thy word is a lamp unto thy feet and light unto my path." The word shows that truth.
Good precept.
And the Lord Yahweh Shai is in that whole loaf of bread, which is that truth. So having that wisdom to know His word, therefore the righteous have this wisdom word is like light, and it directs your path. It shines that light on your path and your feet. We're going back to Proverbs chapter 4, and finishing 18, it reads, "But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more until the perfect day. The way of wicked is as darkness."
Yep, the ways of the wickedness, or the wicked is as darkness. But the path of the just is like a shining light. The coming of Yahweh Shai is like the morning. Go ahead.
"They know not at what they stumble."
Yep, they know not at what they stumble. Beautiful. Now we can go back to where we was at. I'll quote it. Revelation 22 and 16 is another one.
I got it on deck.
You do? Oh, matter of fact, you can bring it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's another one.
This
you
is
can bring it.
this is the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 16. "I, Yahweh Shai, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star." All right. So Yahweh Shai is what? Is the light. Okay. He's the one that ultimately bring you from what that dead state that we've been going into, you know, from that valley of dry bones in the book of Ezekiel chapter 37, just quoting it. Okay? You got it.
There you go. So that shows more what that light is. The morning is the light. Isaiah 9 and verse 2, it says, the people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, the brother was talking about, the valley of the dry bones, the land of the shadow of death. David saying, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, he was saying he would be here in Babylon, right, for those that could receive it. Upon them hath the light shine. The light has shined upon the believers. So that's Yahweh Shah, because Yahweh Shah is coming. So the believers will be illuminated. Give me Baruch 4 verses 1. So the believers would see the light shining, meaning have the understanding before the coming of the Lord. Now, hopefully, when in Malachi, he will send Elijah the prophet before the great and dreadful day of the coming of the Lord. That's going to line up with that in the spirit.
What verse of Baruch 4?
We'll start at 1.
God. The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1, and it reads, This is the book of the commandments of the power of Yahweh, and the law that endure forever.
The law that endure forever. That's why we're able to receive it again now in the last days, because it endures forever. It tells you in Colossians 1 that even the mystery that had been here from ages is now being manifest unto his saints. Yep.
Paraphrase precept going to the fact that you can't do nothing, but you can't take nothing from the word. You can't do nothing against the word. There's nothing that you can do for the word. It's forever going to be here. It's always going to stand ground, stand firmly. Can't take that away.
Yep. Scripture say, great is the truth and greater than all things. Go ahead. That's right, brother.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1, and it reads, This is the book of the commandments of the power of Yahweh, and the law that endure forever.
The law endures forever. That's why we're able to receive it now. Right? Some people say the law was done away with and things like that. Well, if that was the case, we wouldn't have the understanding. Go ahead.
Right.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All those that return to it, who is for, they're going to come back to living in the sight of the Most High. So those that don't have it are dead in the sight of the Most High, as they're likened unto being in the graves. Go ahead.
But such as leave it shall die.
Those that do what?
Leave it shall die.
Those that leave this word or won't return to it, you're going to remain dead to the Most High. Although you might physically be alive as in the flesh, you're not alive in the spirit. Because the scriptures tell you that the Most High don't hear of sinners. But if any man be a worshiper of the Lord, then do his will, hear me hear of John 9 and 31. Right? Your prayers are an abomination. If you're praying to the Lord, right, in Proverbs 28:9, right, it tells you your prayers are an abomination. If you ain't coming, matter of fact, I'm going to get it perfectly. This is the book of Proverbs. I don't want to paraphrase it. I want to get it all the way good. Let's lock here. So this is Proverbs 28. So that's how the Most High, he makes it clear who is actually his servants and who are not, which is according to his word. Proverbs 28:9, it says, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, we just read the law endures forever. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So when you deal with people that say that they don't want to adhere, well, that's the Old Testament, and you show them in the New. Well, no, he did away with it. And you read Matthew 5 and you read 17 through 19 and you realize that the law was never done away with. And you show them, well, no, this is what the scriptures are saying. Then you show them Revelation 14 and 12 that here's the patience of the saints. Here are those that keep the commandments in the faith of a Mashiach. Well, if you was a believer, that's a requirement. You would have faith and you would be coming back to the commandments. You see?
Right.
Yep. You got it, bro.
Another precept to balance it, the fact to show that the fact this word is going to be here forever. It talks about the words in this book is written for your children's children, right?
Yep.
So if it's written for your children's children, generations upon generations upon generations, therefore that this word will stand forever and will never lose no value, nothing.
You can get that, and I'm gonna deal with this weirdo real quick. You can get that in Deuteronomy 29:20. I'm gonna deal with this weirdo. And this is why I'm doing a lesson. I've been saying I'm gonna do it. I plan on doing it. Hey, man's goings are of the Lord, right? I had plans on doing it. It was in my heart, but Lord willing, I'll do it tomorrow. But a lot going on. But this is why we deal with the comment board, because people will say different things and they need to be corrected. Some people are doing it because it's folly. Some people are saying it because they're bugged out. Some people come on these comment boards and bugged out. But some people that are watching in silence because they actually believe. It could be brothers or sisters, but it could be actual people out there that are secret disciples or somebody that heard about the truth or might have come by the camp, like the brother Kawasi, we don't know that. But it's people that are out here, we're still fishing. We're still fishing for the elect. That's why we deal with the common board. Or if that was the case, we should be in the spirit of one body. Don't even come out to the highway. You don't even got to come out to the highways and hedges no more. You know, so you do because we're still fishing.
Right.
When the mission is done, we won't be out here.
That's right.
When Jacob's trouble is here in full throttle, we ain't gonna be out here.
That's the word, man.
Once
See?
you're not out here, you know sudden destruction coming. No bad shit coming.
That's right. Yep. Yahweh Shah said that. Let this pass. Yahweh Shah said, we must work the work while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work in John 9:4. So when the work is done, we ain't gonna be out here.
Right.
So until then, we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep pushing because that's prophecy. Isaiah 62:6.
Yeah.
Right? That's prophecy. Give him no rest day nor night until he establish and make Jerusalem a praise of the earth again. So that's actually what the men of the Lord will be doing, because the spirit of faith will be on them and endurance to go and fulfill that actual prophecy. That's prophecy in full effect. So I'm gonna deal with this guy. You about to say something?
Yeah, I had to Deuteronomy 29:29.
You could bring that real quick. And I'm gonna deal with this guy here. To sin 2.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 29, and it reads,
Yep.
The secret things belong unto Ha'adwan Yahweh, our power. So certain things that we don't know, but because that's belong to the Lord, our Lord Yahweh. And the things that he granted to us will be on this book, like it's going to say further on this precept. But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. Again, how I double down on forever, because his word is forever.
Yep.
Again, children and their children, generation upon generation. That we may do all the words of this law, even double down on that. When people, like the brother was talking about earlier, this word is going to stand forever. It's like no jot or tittle till earth and sun pass away.
Yep.
This word going to have it's going to be the head of a man, right? So there's nothing that you can do for this word. It's never going to go away.
It says that in Romans 7, the law got dominion over man as long as he lives. So how do people come up with that? You don't have to follow what's in the law.
That is Christian doctrine.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And real quick, a quick point, and the word is Yahweh Shai. When you go to the book of John 1:14, said that the word was made into flesh.
Yep.
And Yahweh Shai is not going anywhere. According to the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 8, said that what he the same today and forever. All right, so the word will always be here because the word is actually Yahweh Shai coming in the volume of the book. And the word volume goes into what? Scrolls. All right, so you got it.
Yep. And the entirety of these scrolls,
Yep.
which was put into paper and made in the book, 2 Ezra 12, 36 and 38, is how we know who we know of the Lord. That's the volume of the book. So we can't go here and there. He everywhere. He all in it, in the Apocrypha too. For those that learn and get the understanding of that and do just a little simple research, you realize, oh, okay, the Roman Catholic Church took out 14 books.
Yeah.
Boom. You know? So there you go. Now this guy here, to sin 2. Now I want to deal with this little comment real quick. This is going to be, we just rolling in the spirit. It's quick little deviation. This is why we do this. For the believer's sake. Not for, no reason. It's a reason. It's a method to the madness. Us dealing with the comment board is a method to the madness. Right? To sin 2. He said Mark 14, 51 and 52. It says Jesus takes a half-naked boy into the woods while 3 disciples are on lookout, and instead of arresting Peter for cutting the ear off of a servant, they only try and seize Yahweh Shai and the boy. Why? Someone responded, because who they call Jesus, Yahweh Shai, died for all sins, making all actions holy. This is the stuff that people be saying,
Man.
right? Now we know some people once again are either bummed out, or they just don't know, or they believe in mythology, or they've been drinking the Jesus juice for a long time. We know that it could be any of those things. You see? So the point is, that is totally incorrect. To sin 2. That couldn't be further from the truth. And ultimately, I ain't gonna spend a lot of time trying to go and rationalize nothing to you people. But the point is, it's times why we have to deal with this on the comment board, because this is the things that people are saying. And the Bible tells us, and we're supposed to be defenders of the gospel, the truth.
Earnestly.
Yeah, we earnestly contend for the faith. The brother was making that point. You go ahead, bring what you got.
So book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 15 for 20. He hath commanded no man to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin. Going to the fact that he did not come here and make our acts holy. It
Right.
also says that if you willfully sin, that your prayers are abomination.
Yep.
The man is Ha'adwan Yahweh is not a man where you should lie, and he's not a man of confusion. So what he says is how it goes. So all the other stuff that you hear in the church is wrong.
It's totally wrong.
Yeah.
There's nowhere where you can go and then justify that and say that, well, in the Bible that is, to say something like that. That's just you're completely bugged out.
Right.
Right? Meaning you're out of the realm of reality.
God.
What you're saying don't line up
The scripture.
with reality in the scriptures.
God.
Right? That's what it is.
Say something?
Yeah. Well,
No, go ahead.
the brother I had a little counsel with last night, he in the chat, he said he asked you a question.
That's
I'm
right.
on chat.
You can't hear or read the Bible without a preacher, without a teacher. That's right. Somebody has something they want to say?
He's vague.
Somebody has something they want to say? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. You talk
Oh,
about
no.
He's on your, I'll pull it up for you.
It's on. You can
He's on
answer.
your, yeah.
You can answer.
Let me look it up real quick, see what he asked you.
I'll say she was, chatting on with him.
It's not. Okay. How is it having concubines okay if being lustful is a sin?
So read that again.
Read it again.
He said, how is having concubines okay if being lustful is a sin?
How is having a concubine okay if being lustful is a sin? Give me Genesis 16.
God.
You got it.
And then we're going to understand what a concubine is.
Yeah.
Concubine, when you look it up to the person that said that, whatever the guy's name, is in the Bible, it talks about a woman that's of a lesser status. Starting first and foremost with the heathen women. They're of a lesser status. But something happens when a man has sex with a woman. Most people don't believe this. That when you read the Bible, we're going to read Genesis 16, starting at 1, sex is marriage according to the Bible. Right? So that's what a concubine is. A woman of a lesser status. In some cases,
Yeah.
it could be, we'll get the one in Judges 19.
19:1.
Matter of fact, you'll get that from me. We'll show you what a concubine is. We'll show you what a concubine is. And then we'll deal with lust. You got it, Akia.
God, there's a book of Genesis chapter 16 verse 1 and it reads,
Yep.
Now Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children.
Yep.
And she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, who was named was Hagar.
Yep. So this is his handmaid named Hagar, or Hagar. Hagar was an Egyptian woman that was a servant of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Now, it's going to tell us something very important as it pertains to concubines, as it pertains to what it means to have a wife or be married. Go ahead.
Tom and Sarai said unto Abram, Behold now, Ha'adwan Yahweh have restrained me from bearing.
Yep.
I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her.
Yep.
And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian,
Right.
after Abram, and had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife.
To be his wife. So when Abram went and had sex, she became his wife. Let's prove that. Read the next verse.
God, the book of Genesis chapter 16.
But hold on. If you can only have one woman, then why was Abram able to go? Why did it say she became his wife? Wouldn't that have been adultery? For people that don't, I'm not saying that person asked that, but just in general, this is what people was, well, that would have been adultery then, right? That would have been wicked. Let's say it that way. So wouldn't that have been wicked? So he went in and laid with Hagar and that became his wife. Go ahead.
God,
And she was a heathen woman, an Egyptian woman, not an Israelite. Go ahead.
God, the book of Genesis chapter 16 verse 4, and it reads, And he went in unto Hagar.
Yep.
And she conceived, and when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes.
Yep, there you go. So we know the rest of the story. Sarah got mad, basically had Hagar and them get ran off, but that was all through the Spirit of the Lord. So Hagar and Ishmael, Abraham's first son. So it says she became his wife. So even that concubine, when Abraham dealt with her, that was his wife because sex denotes marriage. Now, some people don't believe that.
Right.
And we're not here to make anybody believe anything. We're just telling you what's in the scriptures. And a lot of people are going to be against it. That shows you the spirit that you are in. You realize that when most people are against what you're saying, right? So we understand if we're just telling you what the scriptures are saying and providing the understanding through the precepts, whether you receive it or not, well, that's up to you and the Most High. Is your mind able? Are you going to receive the word with all readiness of mind? Give me that in the 17th chapter of Acts. Zakar. I want Zakar to get that one. I'm going to have you get something else. So that was the first thing dealing with, well, what is a concubine? That was a concubine, a wife of a lesser status. And we're going to get another example of how that was attributed to even a woman that was an Israelite that would not been of the same tribe. We're going to show you according to the scriptures. That's in the Bible too. So you can understand what a concubine is. Then we'll deal with the lust. Go ahead.
Yep. You see,
They just spit random quotes. So we just going into the scriptures. He asked a question. It's not. We're not doing a magic trick. We're just going into the scriptures, showing what he's saying to our knowledge and understanding. That's all. So, you know, you got it, Akia.
Yeah, Acts 17 and verse 11.
Yep.
These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, and that they received the word with all readiness of mind.
They received the word with all readiness of mind. So when you come to hear the word of the Most High, you have to your spirit has to be willing to receive it.
Right.
Because some things you're gonna hear, you might say, I don't agree with that. Hell, there's a lot of things that I didn't agree with years and years ago, but I had to learn over time. I didn't agree because I was coming out of a carnal mind into a spiritual mind. I was coming out the world into the faith. Those are two different things. So a lot of people that have a carnal mind and the spirit hasn't taken away, they're gonna reject or fight against a lot of what is in the Bible. Although they say they love God, then God is in their heart, right? Go ahead.
Readiness of mind and search the scriptures daily.
And you're gonna search the scriptures daily, go ahead.
Whether those things were so.
And Yahweh Shah said it in John 5 and 39. Right, search the scriptures, right? Search the scriptures. So you're gonna do that daily, the scriptures say, right? Because they are they which testify of me. The scriptures tell what the truth is, not what people believe. Not even our deepest and darkest feelings about certain things. The scriptures actually say, right? So, there you go. So, now we'll go ahead.
Yeah, are you on just 19?
No. Yeah, Judges 19, we'll get there.
Yeah. So let's pass by.
We don't want to be Jewish. We are the Israelites. We're not Jewish. Ish means pertaining unto. We are the true Israelites, the sons of God. That's who we really are. We're not trying to be Jewish. Y'all want to be Jewish so bad. No, we are truly the Israelites. According to the Bible, history, right, anthropology, and scholarship. We are truly the people of God. I know that just seems crazy, but it's the truth, right? We didn't know. We thought the people that were called Jewish growing up, that was God's people, until we learned what was in the scriptures. You got it, Akia.
Yeah, it's the book of Judges, chapter 19 and verse 1. And it came to pass in those days, when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah. All right, and the reason that this, what's called a concubine, although she was a Judite, is because she was not of the tribe of Levi. So we go to the book of Genesis, chapter 22, verse 12 and verse 13. You know, it's commanded for what Levi to marry out of his own tribe. All right, not a divorced woman, not a woman that that wasn't a virgin. So that's why also a person that you marry, although she could be an Israelite, may be called a concubine because why? Because she's not of your tribe. Lesser status.
A lesser status. And that's why Tobit told Tobias in the book of Tobit, go take a wife of your people. Right? Not a strange woman. He said, go take a wife of your people and of your father's people. So that was Tobit. He was saying that to Tobias, his son. Mm-hmm. So that's what he told him. Right? Why did he tell him that? Well, matter of fact, I'll get that. This is Tobit 4. Tobit's talking to his son Tobias.
Yep.
Tobit 4. In verse 12, he says, beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. Now we just read Abraham, well before Tobit, we just read Abraham, right, dealt with a woman that wasn't not an Israelite in Genesis 16, and they had sex, and it said that was his wife when they laid down and had sex. So we got to keep that in context. And take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. It says, we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred. See, wives of their own kindred, their own kind. And were blessed in their children, and their children shall inherit the land. Right? So, if an Israelite man dealt with a woman of another nation, it still would produce an Israelite, no matter how the kid would look, or their skin color would be, or their hair texture. No, the bloodline would still be an Israelite. Now, if a woman that's an Israelite went and dealt with a man of another nation, she's bringing forth the seed of that man. Mm. If you take a seed, you plant it anywhere in the world, that seed gonna produce whatever it is. If it's an orange tree, an apple tree, a pear, a pineapple or whatever it is, it's gonna produce that. Just because you take it and put it in different soil, don't change the fact of what the seed is. The same thing with a man.
Yeah.
You see? Now we understand the chromosomes and you can't mix genetics, but you can't mix bloodlines. Bloodlines are established by a man. You can't mix a bloodline. You see? According to the Bible, first and foremost. You see what I'm saying? And then there's history. I mean, there's science behind that, right? You can't mix the bloodlines. You was about to say something?
Oh, if I pull the precept talking about through the father and stuff.
Oh, that's Numbers 1:18 through 21. So we'll answer some more of that and go from there. Yes, Yahweh Shai, who you call Jesus Christ, did come out of a woman. That's a fact. He came out of a woman, right? And he didn't. And an angel didn't have sex with him. Gabriel, or that never happened. That never happened. Not according to the Bible, right? Those are called cunningly devised fables. Yep. You got it, Akia.
God. So this is the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and it reads, And behold, I had given the children of Levi all the tenth of Israel for the inheritance, for the servants which they serve, even the servants of the tabernacle or the congregation. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle or the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do service of the tabernacle and the congregation. They shall bear all their iniquity. It shall be a statute for throughout the generations that among the children of Israel that have no inheritance. This is I'm on the right spot.
Numbers 1.
Numbers 1 and
18.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, verse 18.
This is the book of Numbers. Slightly.
Now, but real quick though, when you was reading about inheritance, the only way that you can receive is inheritance is by the way of the father. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18, and it reads, And they assemble all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declare the pedigrees after their fathers by the house of their fathers, according to the number by the names from the 20 years old and upward in their polls. So it's going into the pedigrees. The pedigree goes into lineage, right? Where the houses you come from.
Yep.
So the house of your father, right? So again, proving what the brother was saying, that it's through the house of your father. My father is an Ephraimite, so-called Puerto Rican. I look like an African American, but really I'm an Ephraimite.
Now let's show that the inheritance, brother said, is of the father. Give me Galatians 4, start at 1.
Okay.
The inheritance is of the father. It's of the man. So who you are, your bloodline, whether you are a man or a woman, it came because you had a father. Your mother actually, you came through her womb and you came out her womb.
Yep.
But your father is who you are. So whether you're a man or woman, you all came from your father. You came from his sperm. So your inheritance, even who you are, your lineage is through a man. That's the first thing. Second thing is the inheritance that will come to the children that was established by the fathers, not by the mother. So your descent, who you are, is patrilineal. The fake Jews and some other people push the idea that it's matrilineal or from the mother. It's patrilineal. It's from the man, your father, your papa. Patrilineal, not from your mama.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
Start at 1.
Start at 1.
God, the book of Galatians chapter 4 verse 1, and it reads, Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be out of one of all.
Yeah, because that heir, he has to come into a time where he's going to receive the actual promises that was given or left back from the father. That's not left from the mother. Go ahead.
God, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the father.
Of the what?
Of the father.
The time appointed of the father. That proves that. Not the mother. This established through the man. Go ahead.
God, even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
Yep.
But when the fullness of the time was come, the power sent forth his son, made of woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adaptation of our sons, adoption of our sons, Lucky.
Beautiful, beautiful. Was there any more? That's good. That's good. That's really the point. So that's why Yahweh Shah came, a man, right? People here on the earth worship Mary.
God.
They pray to her. They say, Hail Mary, full of grace. They actually make prayer. They have holidays, August the 15th, where they actually praise Mary.
God.
Right. That's off.
God, it was like the one precept shall make a new thing in the world where a woman will compass a man.
Yep.
That's because that's not how the Lord ordained it to be.
Yep.
That's why it's a new thing. It's not supposed to be that way.
Yep.
The Lord intended for it to be the man. That's why the man said the woman. Everything to go through the man.
Yep. Because God is a man. Yahweh is a man. When he created his only begotten son, he made a man. It's not that hard. It's not a hard concept at all. When you see a man in general, and you see when you see masculine energy, or you see things that are male, a female lion, it would take 8 female lions to be able to fight one male lion. Why would it take 8 of them? Because the man is superior. He got the mane, he got the beard. That's a badge of honor, and masculinity is having facial hair, or having actual male traits. You see what I'm saying? That's actually a badge of honor. That's actually a sign of authority.
Yeah.
A man being a man is a sign of authority. You built different. Your mind is built different. Your spirit is built different.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. But going right there, it said it denominated the woman as the weaker vessel, right? Because the man is supposed to take lead, is supposed to be a man.
Yep, that's right. So that right there shows that how the Most High see things. Now, people see things differently than what God says, than what he says is right. So we answered one part of it. We dealt with the concubine. We dealt with that Abraham married that concubine by having sex with her. We dealt with an example where a Levite man took on a woman of another tribe, and she was called a concubine, just meaning of a lesser status. That's typically used dealing with the heathen women, but that is an example where it's not, right? So we're gonna give you some more. The second part, he was talking about lust. Let's deal with lust. Go to Romans 1 and start at about 20. Is the car I'm gonna have you hold for me? Well, yeah, you can hold for me. 1 Corinthians 6, start at 9. We're gonna deal with the lust, because he spoke about the lust basically, as far as it pertains to concubines. Is that just a lust thing, right? Well, in the scriptures, you have something known as fornication, which is lawful and unlawful sex. In the world, a person will say, if you say fornication, it means to have sex before marriage. Well, sex, according to the Bible, is marriage. That's how you establish being joined unto. Marriage just means to be joined unto. So when a man and a woman, that starts with a man and a woman having sex. In fact, they even have laws here in wicked-ass America, in the Western world, where if you don't have sex with a woman, you can get an annulment, meaning the marriage wasn't valid. Because that goes back to the Bible, where you had something in the Bible called the marriage chamber, where the man had to actually go and pop the woman, and that woman would have to bleed on the. You would actually break her hymen. She would bleed on the sheets, and that would be given to the priest. They would come and say, "Yep, this marriage is actually lawful," or it could be contested by the father who sold his daughter to the man. I know all this sounds crazy, but it's in the Bible, and it's actually righteousness. Because when you see how the world is now, hey, that's why it's all run amok, and it's all destroyed and polluted. The women are all polluted and shit. And you got men out here trying to, in the world, they got a simp spirit. Oh, it's about the woman and all this. These women are polluted as hell, man. You see what I'm saying? I just saw a video with what's the big booty bitch? Lotto, her. Yeah. I just saw her and the little one like a Down syndrome chick, Ice Spice. Yeah. If you watch that video, it shows you how women, it's just like, what? Let's be real. That's the average woman today here in the world. Person, no, see, a woman could be right. Yeah, a woman could repent, but that don't mean that what she has done, that magically it don't matter no more. No, if she stay repentant, the scriptures tell you, that she'll be honored. That'll be honorable before the Most High, right? But ultimately, a woman that has been into that, they have the propensity to get to there's spirits on them, heavy demons on them. Yeah, we had Mary Magdalene, we had some women in the Bible that overcame that, but a lot of women that get into that, which the Bible says our women are harlots in the city. In Amos 7:17, they're harlots. Why would it say that? That's a curse unto us, because we were harlots to Yahweh. So the Most High cursed us and our women. Because what do we glory in, the Bible says? Women. Yep. And women, what do they glory in? Their hair. That shows you the nature of a woman compared to your nature. Yeah. She never gonna love you the way you love her, because you've been called to die for her. They in a woman's nature, that she would have that spirit to want to die for you, but it's in the nature of a man to die for his woman. You see? So it's all spiritual, because it's all according to the word, right? Beautiful. You got Rick right now.
The book of Romans chapter 1 verse 20, and it reads, "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood."
And what is this?
Being Romans 1 and 20.
Okay, yep.
Being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power from Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Because that when they knew the power, they glorified him not as the power, neither were thankful, but became vain in the imaginations, and the foolish heart was darkened.
Yep, men became vain in their imaginations, in their own thoughts, their own mind. So men eventually deviated from what was right, what was righteousness in the earth, what was handed down going back to the time of Adam, starting with his people, which were the sons of God, who are the Israelites. Go ahead.
God, the book of Romans, the 1st chapter, and the 22nd verse, and it reads, professing themselves to be wise.
Professing themselves to be wise. When men started turning away from what God said and what was righteousness, they started professing themselves that they actually had wisdom. This is actually the right way. Not what was righteous, starting with his people. Well, we got another way. We got a better way, is what they came up with. Men professing themselves to be wise. Go ahead.
God, they became fools.
They became fools. To be a fool means you evil.
Yep.
You became evil, professing your own wisdom, right? Professing your own. The only wisdom on the planet is God's wisdom. That's why he said in 1 Corinthians 1st chapter, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High.
Yep.
Give me the one in Sirach. Give me the one in Sirach.
1911.
Yep, but
I got Sirach 19 and
not that one, but it's another one. But you can bring that. You can bring that. Yeah, you can bring that after that.
That's what I'm talking about. Sirach 19, 22. Yeah.
Okay, so lock it. Okay.
Yeah, Sirach 19 and in verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. All right, and wickedness is what? Averse to the Most High. And all wickedness leads to what? Death. The wages of sin is what? Death, man.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why we need grace and mercy, because sometimes that conversation, I'll deviate super fast, 1 minute. Sometimes that conversation comes up when men are critiquing each other, which that's a part of being in the faith, right? Things are going to be critiqued. But then we dive deeper into the fact, as me and the brother did last time, we was out here on Friday, that we know and understand we're under grace and mercy. The believers are anyway, right? So they're under grace and mercy. So we understand and know that we're not justified by the law, but we still do it to the best of our ability. Now, if men go around looking at who doing what and how much they look at the things you don't do, King.
Man,
we all got to look at that. It's still wickedness. We're still worthy of death, because the wages of sin, the brother just quoted it, is death. We're still worthy of death, even if you do it 500 laws, but you breaking 113. That don't make you more righteous than another man, because it's still worthy of death.
You know, they said we're not justified by that because the precept says righteousness as filthy rags.
There you go.
Because
righteousness is filthy rags. Nothing that we really could do to be overall cleansed. The only person that was able to do that was Yahweh Shai, and obviously the Father Yahweh. That's why we rehearse the righteous acts and try not to be over righteous and not overly wicked.
Yep. So we need exemption. It's ultimately what it comes down to. If we are the elect, we would have been chosen from the foundation of the world, not because we doing all this or that. But the brother just quoted the scripture, Isaiah 64:6. Our righteousness is filthy rags. We're known as unprofitable servants.
Yep.
So it's a humility we got to have. You know, so we can keep from Isaiah, not Isaiah, we keep from Matthew 7 and 1. Matter of fact, get that, you hold that one right there, ain't you? Hold that. Get that for me real quick, Zakar, Baba Kushar. Matthew 7 and 1. We want to keep from starting there. We'll roll down a little bit. We want to keep from how our spirit, how it processes things and how we see one another. We want to keep from certain things that are destructive in the spirit.
Right.
But it's akin to the flesh. By nature, you see somebody, you see certain things, you feel a certain way about them. Okay, cool. The Bible tells you it's a certain way you deal with those that's of the household of faith.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of grace you're going to have, because you will want the same thing. It's going to make it clear. You got to
Yeah, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 1, red lettering, how shall I speaking, judge not that you be not judged.
Yeah, judge not that you be not judged. So you have to be very careful in how, not that you can't judge, he that is spiritual judgeth all things, right? Yeah. But the way that you judge is going to tell us why. Because there's a difference between judging a matter, right? That's looking at something and examining it for what it is through the spirit, and then being judgmental. Well, that's two total different things. So judge not that you be not judged is telling you don't be judgmental. Don't be over righteous, right? Over wise or over wicked in your judgment, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2, For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged.
Yeah, the way that you judge, you got to remember, is how you're going to be judged. So if you judge a man according to the law, then you're going to be judged according to the law.
Yeah.
So you have to, there's an element of faith. Yahweh Shai said the weightier matters of the law is the things to consider. Not to excuse sin. Nobody said that in this past. Shit right here get annoying sometimes. It's lucky. Shalom to our brother Shad Yakan. I saw the brother Ario on there too.
Hey, shalom to the brother Ario. Shalom to the sis Rebecca. Shalom.
Shalom to you, Akim and Akwan. Right? Beautiful.
Yeah, for with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged.
And I think the Most High gonna judge you the way that you judge other men. So if you emphasizing, the scriptures or this and that, you're gonna do that to the best of your ability. You're not gonna do that in a sense of being judgmental, because you're not justified by the law. Not to excuse wickedness, no. But in some things in the scriptures you learn, and it gives you a balance when you have matured, when you come to an age of maturity. So you're like, all right, when it deals with other believers, it's a certain way I'm gonna be, because I don't want to fall into condemnation for not judging something righteously, or not examining it in a way where I'm putting myself in the same situation. What if it was me? What if I was one of these people that was seeking for the truth, and I didn't know certain things, so on and so forth, or whatever? You got to think of it like that. But a person that is sincere and honest, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, a little bit more. And it reads, and with what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again.
There you go. So in your judgment, how you measure things out, how you judge it, the spirit that you it's going to be brought back to you, right? As it's the golden rule, as it's known, do unto others as you have others do unto you, right? It's a simple concept. Yahweh Shai is making it clear. So when we start judging matters like that, even when we're critiquing each other or splitting hairs about different things, well, we got to understand that, hey, look, we understand we're in the flesh, that we're going to miss the mark sometimes. Beautiful. The water.
Yep. And real quick, we go a couple chapters over in the book of Matthew 5 and verse 7, it said that what blessed are the merciful. All right. So, once again, as the elder just saying, there's a certain level of mercy that we got to show, man, because ultimately we in these bodies. They are subject to go off.
Yep. That's right. Faith, Matthew 23 and 23. Faith, you got that?
Yeah,
you can bring it. Yep.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 23, and it reads, woe unto you,
Weightier matters,
scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
Yahweh Shai is saying that any part of the law is wrong. He kept all the law. Mm-hmm. He's not saying that, well, the weightier matters is the only thing that matters. He's not saying that. He's just making an example of the things that matter the most. What's going on, brother? He's saying the weightier matters is what matters the most. Read that again.
God. It's the book of Matthew, the 23rd chapter and the 23rd verse, and it reads,
Yep.
woe unto you, scribe and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe and mint of anise
Yep.
and cumin, and omitted the weightier matters of the law.
You have omitted the weightier matters of the law, the things that we consider. Okay, well, what are the weightier matters of the law? Go ahead.
Judgment, mercy,
and
faith.
Uh-huh.
These ought ye to have done, and not leave the other undone.
So you have to apply the law then in a spiritual way as well. Because if you just go by the letter of the law, we read it last time we was out here,
Yep.
Galatians 3, 10, 11, the curse of the law is you can't keep it all. And if you offend in one point, in James 2,
Yep.
right, and 10 on down, you offend in all. Mm-hmm. Showing you that that's what the wages of sin of death really is.
Right.
You're worthy of death. If you breaking the laws of the Most High in scriptures, you're worthy of death. The scripture say in Matthew 6, we're not supposed to pray openly and out in the streets, but we won't put a blessing on you, right? You believe in the Most High God?
Yes, sir,
Well, brother, most likely you probably are an Israelite. You a so-called black man, so-called?
yes, sir.
All right. Well, you would be an Israelite, right? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are Israelites. So we won't put a blessing on you, but we won't pray openly, right? We just pray the Most High God, Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai bless you. And if you are of the elect, the Bakarium, that He bring you into His fold. You have your phone on you? Brother can give you our page. If it jive in your spirit, it's on YouTube. You can check it out. If it's not, just delete it. We won't be mad at all. Everything is by the Spirit of the Most High.
Everything by spirit, man.
Beautiful. Give us 1 second. No, white people cannot be Hebrew Israelites. So-called white people, Edomites. Edomites cannot be Hebrew Israelites. Edomites are of the bloodline, they come through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but their line is not in line with the righteous line, which is, that was Edom that came out. The first was not the righteous in the 9th chapter of Romans. Excuse me. Yeah. Romans, the 9th chapter. If I'm not mistaken. Right? So, no. Edomites can't be Israelites, if that's the question you're asking. So-called white people are the Edomites.
Yeah.
Right? So, no, they cannot be Israelites. And that's not based off of their skin color. When I say that, because it always gets brought up. It's not a skin color thing. Right? But those that are the bloodline of Esau are not Israelites. No. That's the answer to your question. Like I said, very racist. Well, I mean, that's something that you can take up with God. Read Deuteronomy 7:6. Read Deuteronomy 7:6 and come tell us your thoughts on that. See if God is racist, as you understand what racism is. It just means to be for your people. Read Deuteronomy 7:6 and then see. Yep, Esau. That's right. Now you shut up. Esau, because you're probably an Edomite. You're probably an Edomite, right? God was white. See, that's the funny stuff. Now, what was weird? What was you about to say?
I was about to say, regarding what he was saying, talking about the Lord being racist, when he said that he chose his people before before the children were born and before any had did right or wrong.
Yep.
So he's not racist. He's not the spirit, and that's who he chose. And also, you can read Revelation 1:15. You can show that Yahweh is not white. This is bullshit.
Hold on. The Most High is what you would call a racist, because because ultimately racist just means you for your people. You for your people, and the Most High is only for the nation of Israel.
Yep.
And Yahweh
so he is racist.
Yeah.
By definition, he would be what people call a racist.
A racist. Yeah.
You see, he's for his people, and that's a hard thing for people. We understand that, because if I knew I was an Edomite, that probably would make me mad too.
Yeah.
If I grew up believing that that God was a white man and that so-called Jesus was a white man and he had blue eyes, you have a whole different mindset.
Yeah. And what always cracks me up is that Yahweh Shai, who you call Jesus, went to Egypt, man.
Yep.
And blended in.
What is you talking about?
Yep.
Like, I don't even know what we talking about.
It's crazy.
That's the land of Ham.
Yep.
That is Africa.
Yep.
Moses grew up as an Egyptian.
Yep.
He was an Israelite, but he grew up with the Egyptian knowledge.
Yep.
So what are we talking about?
Yep. So the 10 Commandments movie, how come Moses, Charles, and how can he even a white guy?
Like, what are we talking about?
It don't even make sense.
That's North Africa.
Yep. So it just shows you how people call us idiots and stupid. It shows you how dumb these people really are.
Go on, bro.
Right? They're real dumb. But it's all good. Now, you clearly are not Jews. Cool, if you don't believe so.
Hey,
we'll keep pushing it. We'll see if that's true. We'll go back to where you was at.
Continue in Romans 1.
Yeah, we'll continue in Romans 1. I was just talking about the part of lust of the flesh, and we get 1 Corinthians 6.
That.
Yep, 9. Yep, you got it, bro.
Book of Romans, the 1st chapter and the 23rd verse, and it reads, "And change the glory of the uncorruptible, the power to an image made like the corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things.
Yep.
Wherefore the power also gave them up to uncleanness."
So the Most High gave the men of the earth up to uncleanness, and even certain of his men that went off and started deviating from what was righteous. He gave them up to uncleanness, and we'll show that. We'll show that here in Isaiah 63:17 in a minute. The Most High gave men up to uncleanness. We got to remember that. So even us today, we've learned and have faith and come back to the word. That still don't make us perfectly clean in the sight of the Most High. Now, if we are of the elect, we're going to endure to the end, and the Most High is going to give us an exemption. We're still worthy of death because what? We still technically sin. Go ahead.
God, through the lust of their own hearts,
Yep.
to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Yep. So the lust of their own heart to dishonor their own body. Now, you have inordinate affection, inordinate sex. Things are unlawful according to the Bible. That's called fornication. Homosexuality, lesbianism, when a man is having sex with his close family, close kin, incest, as people understand it to be, right? So a homosexuality, lesbianism, incest, bestiality, is people that freak off with animals, whether you believe it or not, and adultery. These are forms of unlawful sex to God. All sex ain't unlawful. Going back to the man that talked about a concubine, having a wife of a lesser status is not wicked in the sight of God.
Right.
Right? In fact, when you lay down with that woman, that become your woman, your wife. Woman, wife is the same thing. If you got women out here, I'm a wife. No, you're a woman. That's what a wife is, right? You're a woman, you're a wife. So, and how we know that? Because it says Adam knew Eve, his wife. Well, hold on. Did they go have a marriage ceremony? He knew her. Knowing her means he lay down with her, right? So, and then she conceived seed. So see, people just don't have no understanding because they don't have the gift of faith. Beautiful, you got it, bro.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, and in verse 25, and it reads,
Yep.
Who have changed the truth of the power into a lie.
Who have changed the truth of this Bible, the truth of who God is, and turned it into a lie. And we can say, first and foremost, Esau Edom has done that because something called iconography, right? He changed all the images in the Bible to the images of his own, right? Like it says in First Maccabees 3 and 48.
Yeah.
Yep, where it says that he opened the book and changed it to his likeness. So the scriptures make that clear. It also tells us in Job 9:24 that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He changes the faces of the judges thereof. It's telling you who's doing that. That's who's done that. Esau Edom has done that in the greatest way. He's done it in a real way. Go ahead.
God. And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Yeah, men worship men, things on the earth. It said four-footed beasts. Men worship objects, animals, the sun, the moon, the stars, more than the creator. Go ahead.
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Go ahead.
For this cause, the power gave them up unto vile affections.
God gave men up to what?
Vile affections.
So if a man is a 69 God or he a weirdo, God gave you over to that. Unless you repent, then the Most High is going to destroy you. Ultimately, if you were chosen, the Most High is going to bring you out of that and give you exemption. According to his word. Not based off of you did so much righteousness and did not that you should do wickedness. But it's not going to be based off of how much righteousness you've done. If that was the case, Apostle Paul definitely wouldn't be a righteous man. King David wouldn't be a righteous man. It'd be a lot of people, right? That wouldn't be righteous man. Yahweh Shai would be the only one by himself that could say, well, I was. But then he would have to go back to the past and say, well, in the past, like he said, there's none good but the Father. See, so that shows you that way of thinking is off. So you would have to have been chosen. We're praying that we were of the chosen, called in the faith, but chosen ultimately. Meaning we're going to be given exemption. You got it, bro.
For this cause, the power gave them up into vile affections. For even the woman did change the natural use into that which is nature.
Now we see that today. Women now, their natural use has been changed because that's the way the course of the world is.
Right.
It's customary now for a woman to be a boss chick, to walk around in booty shorts, to twerk, to go get drunk any day of the week, be staggering out in the streets, to sleep around with a bunch of men. And now it's okay and acceptable in the world and in society by Esau that a man could be a Mo, he could be of the Rainbow Brigade, which some of you people here are of the Rainbow Brigade, right? He probably of the Rainbow Brigade. So a lot of you people, you know what I'm saying, are of the Rainbow Brigade. The Most High not dealing with the Rainbow Brigade, right? The alphabet people. He's not dealing with that.
I'm going to grab this real quick.
Yep.
It's going to fall right. Yeah. This is Psalms 82 and verse 5.
Yep.
I'm going to read it in the KJV and also NLT. It said, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, meaning what? Your ignorance, your stupidity.
Yep.
Okay? In this world, as you just quoted, Job 9:24, you know, is given to the wicked. All the foundation of the earth are out of course. Everything is upside down. All right? They call it, topsy-turvy. The way you see things now is not the way it's supposed to be ran. Okay? It's damn near like the movie Twilight Zone.
Right.
You know? But these oppressors know nothing, NLT. They are so ignorant. They wander about in darkness while the whole world is shaken to the core. All right. So once again, everything is upside down.
Right. Everything is it tells you that. And get the one in
Isaiah?
Nah, the one that was in my mind. Not Psalm. It's the one everything is polluted.
It's one in
Micah 2 and 10?
Micah 2 and 10, yeah.
No, you still there. Oh no, you get it. Yeah, yeah, it's lock. I forgot you got that. And I'm going to get this in Isaiah 29, why he getting that. Isaiah 29, going in line with the brother, he brought precept of the night. Isaiah 29:16, surely your turning of things upside down, said the whole earth is on a course.
Yep.
Surely your turning of things upside down. Who's turned everything upside down? Esau, Edom.
Yeah, man.
It says, shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, for shall the work say of him that made it. We reading about how they worship and serve the creature more than the creator. So the works would be the people.
Sure.
For shall the work say of him that made it, speaking of Yahweh, he made me not. Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. So who are you to say that what the Most High has created and how the earth is, well, ultimately is moving the way he said it would move because of the wickedness of man. And he's going to come and actually bring order to it by bringing his son here to stomp out the Edomites and the other nations. So that's how it's going to go down, right? Who are we talking to? We talking to the believers. That's who we talking to. All right, and if you don't want to hear it, just get off. I don't ever see them with women. And in fact, we be with women all the time.
All the time, bro.
We got women. We got women. Right? We got women. You see?
Got a couple.
But see, that's the weird. You see what I'm saying? You know?
Yo,
so
tripping.
like at the end of the day, like that shows you people are bugged out. You're out of the realm of reality. You're bugged out.
Gone.
To think something like that. Right? People like you, once again, are of the Rainbow Brigade, or you're Rainbow Brigade sympathizers. You got it, Akia. Y'all probably be out when the Rainbow people be marching. When they be marching, y'all probably be out there with them. You know, with the pom-poms. You got it, Akia.
That's a trip. Go ahead.
You got
Book of
it.
Micah, chapter 2,
You can
verse
break it
10.
down. You can break it down.
God. And it reads, Micah 2:10, and it reads, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sure destruction. Now, when it says arise ye, depart, that's the Lord addressing the Israelites, like we said, the so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, right? Because this place, especially Babylon, is not the rest of our people, right?
Yep.
You know, he gave the land of Israel to our forefathers, right? But it says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you. It is so polluted because over here, the way the Western doctrine has the doctrine of the Lord, the order's flipped, right? We are a matriarchy, right? It's okay to be in the gang, the people gang and selling drugs are glorified. You used to have Amber Rose walks, the hoe walks, right? All the stuff that's being glorified is stuff that's not right. Like the one precept, woe to them that call sweet, bitter, and bittersweet, right?
I'll get that for you.
That's going to destroy you. But that's what he's saying. Depart, come back to the word, come back to who you truly are, would be the Israelites, the true children of the power, come back to his word. That's what he's saying.
Yep.
The other Hebrew tribes, to Louis Prima, is the 12 tribes. Those are all, they're one nation. What about the other tribe? Well, that's who we're talking to. That's why most people here, it's not addressed to them. That's why they can't receive it. So it's addressed to the 12 tribes, and then the believers that's amongst the 12 tribes, which is only a remnant, 1/3 of God's people. God said 2/3 of his people in Zechariah 13, 8 and 9 is going to be cut off and die. Right? So that's what the scriptures say. So we believe what God say. And it makes sense because the majority of our people can't receive the truth through. You got it.
What you holding up?
I can go back to Romans. I just read the word down. I might do it then.
Okay, that's cool. Yep, so you turning the things upside down. Arise ye depart, for this is not your rest. It's polluted. So all this is polluted. So all the people in here, in this world is polluted because we read the whole earth is out of course. It's in darkness, which is sin, ignorance, and wickedness, and evil. Go ahead. We'll go back there because it's going to talk about evil concupiscence. Yeah.
Go back there real quick. It's the book of Romans, in the first chapter, we're in the 27th verse, and it reads, and likewise also men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
There's men out here that have left the natural use of the woman. You see that today. So the Most High gave men over to the spirit.
God.
They have left the natural use of the woman. There's men that be looking at men trying to get at them.
God.
You see what I'm saying? So there's men out here that actually have a homo spirit on them, a demon. It's a demonic spirit that actually will do that, right? The Most High, it said, gave them over to that. A person that don't believe that, well, you don't believe in the Bible. Go ahead.
God. Burn in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain the power and their knowledge.
That was the issue, that they didn't want to retain the knowledge of the Most High. They didn't want to righteousness started with the Most High's people, the sons of God. They didn't want to go the way he said to go. What was told and given to them down from Adam. They didn't want to continue in that way. They said, nah, we don't really want to do that, right? Go ahead.
Con. The power gave them over to a reprobate mind.
They gave them over to a reprobate mind. So that's the thing. A lot of people today on the earth are reprobates. They're void of understanding and judgment. Like the scriptures say, evil men understand not judgment. Because they can't understand why the Most High do the things he do, because they haven't been given the Holy Spirit to understand and believe and read with comprehension. It's by the will of the Lord. Reprobate mind. God gave men over to a reprobate mind. Go ahead.
God, to do those things which are not convenient.
They ain't convenient for no man to be laying with no man and a woman be laying with no woman. Why? Because you can't bring forth life.
God.
You can't bring forth life, nor does that promote righteousness in the sight of the Most High, when you have Adam and you have Steve instead of Adam and Eve. Adam and Steve can't. Nothing about that in the sight of the Most High is righteous. Nothing about that promotes life. Nothing about that is good. Nothing about that shows other people an example that will see that wicked union, that will see that and be like, well, that's a good thing. All that does is promotes more and more wickedness and evil. Go ahead.
God, in the book of Romans, the first chapter and the 28th verse and the 29th verse.
No, the world ain't flat. Anybody saying that, you dumb as hell. We'll show you what. You dumb as hell. We're going to show you in Isaiah 40, the world is not flat. That flat earth doctrine came years ago. It came about 6-7 years ago, and all them dudes that was teaching that, they don't even teach no more. You see? Bugged out.
God.
Did you grab Isaiah 29:13 already?
Turn the things upside down?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you right.
Yep. Spirit.
No, that's not good. No, go ahead.
God, in the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 29, and it reads, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness.
Fornication, unlawful sex. Wickedness, some sex is lawful, some is unlawful. We named the lawful sex before, and then the ones that are unlawful. Now, we can sit here and argue different points of this and that, but that's what the scriptures say. Go ahead.
Covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy.
See, all these are different forms of things that are parts of the lust of the flesh. Not just something that's sexual. Those things could be, but this is telling you in general, and we're going to touch on that more. These are things that are part of the lust of the flesh. Because the lust of the flesh ain't just a man see a woman and he get a boner. That ain't just what it's talking about. Right? The lust of the flesh is talking about the things your eye. Matter of fact, we're going to show that. We're going to show that emphatically. That's in, give me in the 1 John 2, love not the world, neither the things of the world. 1 John 2 and 15, we're going to start there. So the lust of the flesh is a lot more once you open your mind to the truth. Not just a physical, sexual thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's one way, but it's more to the understanding. You got to knock y'all. Esau. You Esau. We already know you Esau. Doing that shit.
This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. And it reads, love not the world. I'm good. The water. Neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. All right. So pretty much, what's happening. You enjoying, what's going on in America, Babylon the Great, which is the Western hemisphere. All right. The democracy, right. Everything that's pretty much a scrape, because nothing is fruitful. Nothing is fruitful about this place.
Matter of fact, keep going. It's gonna make it even clearer. You right. You got it.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes.
Well, hold on. The thing when we read in Romans, it's telling us it's not just talking about just something that's in your flesh, like as in your sexual impulses. The lust of the flesh is more than just sexual impulses. In fact, it's way much more things than just sexual impulses that speak about the desires of the flesh. So the lust of the flesh, right? For some men, that could be envy, right? That could be covetousness it's talking about, right? That could be hate. Those are things that's in your flesh that's causing you to feel and think that way, or to rationalize that way of thinking. That's part of the lust of the flesh. Go ahead.
The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life.
The lust of the eyes. So there you go. The lust of the eyes can be many. Once again, you see something that being covetous another man have, and you want what he got. Well, you ain't even thankful for what the Most High gave your ass.
Right.
Right. You ungrateful. So that would be the lust of the eyes. Right. That's another example of that. Go ahead, or coveting money. You can't love God and mammon. You will love one and hate the other. That's part of the lust of the flesh. Go ahead.
And the pride of life.
The pride of life. So you with the rainbow people, with which is a terrible travesty what they've done to the actual symbol of the rainbow, we know, which has nothing to do with that.
Hijack
But if
it.
you with them people and you promoting that, or you cool, you know people like that, you're like, well, I mean, it's all good. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, as long as they ain't doing nothing to me. No, you either totally against it or you with it. That's the way. That's what God said. You either stand against it or you with it. Go ahead.
The pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Yeah. So Pride Month is not of the fathers of the world. It's the pride of life. People are proud of that in this life. So it's of the world. And this world passeth away, the scriptures say. So boom, there you go. Beautiful. We'll go back there.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, 20, and Slaki.
Should be 30 now, right?
Whenever you got finished that.
That's right. That's right to Ashley Patterson. That means he won't flood the world again. That's what that's about.
God.
Ghetto, here you go, Mexican bandit. Ghetto Christianity. And the best one, you gotta come up with some better ones. The best one was the three wise men from Compton.
Yeah.
Yo, that was actually pretty good. I was like, yo, I said, actually, that took a little bit of thought. That was actually pretty clever. And it made us laugh. But yeah, Ghetto Christianity, that wasn't a good one. Try with something better.
Now, wouldn't that be a form of stereotyping and racism? Come
Right.
on, bro.
Who dresses like that? Honestly, Mexican bandit said that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
who you call Jesus Christ dressed like that? When you read the Bible, he dressed like that. He had a garment that went down to his foot. Who you call Jesus? Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, the true and proper name of who the world calls JC, the Savior of the world, right? He actually dressed like that. Who does? He does. He did. All the men in the Bible, all the prophets, they dress like that, right? That's actually who dressed like that. This is actually an ancient and royal way to dress.
Seek the old paths, man.
Right? Not dressing with what you people be having on. See that? So that's off. Shalom to the brother Bob White. Job 20:5. Woo! That the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. That's new precept of the night, brother. That hits the point right there. So all the games and laughter and all that, the shit that's going on here in Funland and in Babylon, is short. You ain't got a lot of time left. You see what I'm saying? You did all that just so you can stop at the next life. See, your time is real short. The games is real short, but keep doing them. All you doing is marking yourself. Right? Beautiful. Beautiful. You got it.
It's the book of Romans, the first chapter and the 29th verse.
Hey, hold on 1 second. The brother said we in Detroit in the hood with our fringes. That was pretty funny. I got you, brother. He's been saying some real stuff. He said we in the hood with our fringes on in Detroit. Hey, Detroit. It's all good. I mean, some people wear them around all the time. That's cool. How you doing, sister? Yeah, it's your correct sister. Hey, it's all good. Yes. But hey, cool, man, cool. Go ahead. He said they in Detroit in the hood with them on.
Hey, man.
I understand, man. I understand. You got it.
The book of Romans, in the first chapter, the 29th
Got
verse.
college campus right here.
And it reads, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness.
Fornication, keep saying the same thing. Unlawful sex, right? Go ahead. But that's truly wicked in the sight of the Most High. Most people say, well, sex is just, it's wicked in a certain different form. No, it's not. Go ahead.
Covetousness.
Covetousness, yep. You got it.
Maliciousness.
Yep. So you have men that have a malicious intent, a malicious mind. The Bible says his word won't dwell in a malicious soul. In Wisdom of Solomon, first chapter. So that show you. Men that are like that, hey, that's after the flesh. Go ahead.
God. Full of envy.
Full of what?
Envy.
A lot of men have envy for others, right? Go ahead.
Murder. Debate. Deceit.
Malicious. Let me see.
Malignity.
Malignity. Malignity. Go ahead.
You can find that for me.
Yep. Matter of fact, pull it up the blue letter.
I got you. I'm already
Pull it up right there, the blue letter. Matter of fact, we're gonna pull up each one of these and what they mean. Okay.
Man. Yeah. Did you finish that up? Go ahead and finish that up. I'm putting it up.
Yep.
And whispers.
And that's it?
God, for that verse. God.
All right, Con. This is Romans 1:29. Right? And it reads, for the word for fornication, it goes into what? Porne.
Strong's G, 4202.
Go down a lot, right?
Parthenia.
It goes into what? Illicit sexual intercourse. Maybe you can do it.
Yep. Illicit sexual intercourse. Yep.
This is what?
You just read them.
God.
You just read them down.
Illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism,
lesbianism,
intercourse with animals,
that's bestiality,
sexual intercourse with close relatives.
That's incest. See?
It's a sexual intercourse from the divorced man or woman.
Yep. So hold on. So when to put clarity to that, when a man technically deals with a woman that had another man, he's committing adultery. He's committing adultery. That's illicit. So if we was going by that, if any man have a woman that dealt with another man,
Oh man.
you commit. Ain't that why Yahweh Shai called us a generation of adulterers? So we can't play with the law and make it like, well, in this case, it's a little different or whatever. Yeah, well, we don't want to sin willfully after we've learned what's true, but it's just a fact of the matter, brother and brothers and sisters. That's why we need exemption, is what we're saying. And then it goes on to say, in James, we're a generation of adulterers and adulteresses, men and women that have committed adultery perpetually, right? Not that we push that and say, well, that's cool, but no, it's a fact.
Yeah.
You see?
I also told Hosea to take a hoe as a wife.
There you go. And there's a lot of examples of that, right? There's a lot of examples, and there's a reason why the Lord said that specifically, but it's the fact of the matter. He said the land was given over to that. So Amos 7:17, our wife will be harlot in the city. We can't get around that. We can't act like that's not a real thing. It is. You see what I'm saying? It really is. It is not hard to tell. You can go just about anywhere and you see how that is, right? So you will be being over righteous, or any one of us will be being over righteous if we looked at that and then look past and say, well, yeah, that's like that, but really, in this case, no, it's still what it is, right? All right, that was the end of that definition. That's pretty good. Boom.
Yeah, you want a little bit more.
He want the word malignity.
You want malignity up there?
Yeah, let's get that. Let's get malignity. What it means to be malignant.
Strong's G 2550. Kaka Asaya. Kaka Asaya.
All right, you can read it. Yeah.
Bad character, depravity of heart and life, malignant, subtly, malicious craftiness.
You said bad character?
Yep.
What's that in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2, where it says that there's no righteousness in him?
Yep.
All right, that's having the spirit of Esau, Edom. Right, the same way it says in the book of John 8, should be 44, where it says that you are of your father, the devil.
Yep.
He's a murder from the beginning.
Yep.
Murder from the beginning.
Perfect examples.
Murder from the beginning is Cain.
Yep.
All right, Cain, who was Esau, Edom. So pretty much being in the same spirit of the so-called white man.
Yep.
All right, just being a thug, rape, rob, just have no integrity.
And see, and I'm glad you said that, because really Esau is the real thug. They put that term on Jake. Yeah, 2/3 of our people are bugged out. We know that. That's the curses of the Most High. It says they're like a wild bull in the net, the scripture says. Right? I'll pull that real quick. Our people are like a wild bull in the net. We know that. Yeah. But the thing is, where did they get it from?
Got it from your ass, bro.
See? Where did they get it from? They got it from Esau. That's who they got it from. A lot of people say, people like to just blame the so-called white man. Well, because the Most High blamed his ass. You see?
Look at the history.
Yeah. So you can't get around the fact that they are the ones that are the real thugs. So we know our people are bugged out. Right? We know our people are bugged out, but it's a method, it's a reason for it. And the Most High told us. Isaiah 51 and verse 20, it says, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord Yahweh, the rebuke of the Lord Yahweh. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken what? Meaning spiritually drunken, given over to the philosophies of the world, right? Yep. Thou hear now thou this, thou afflicted, our people are the afflicted. Give me also Isaiah 1 verses 2 through about 5. That'll prove it too. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted, that's you Israelites, and drunken, but not with wine, showing you that it's not them literally being drunk. They're talking about their spirit. You staggering, you are in error. That means you're drunk in the spirit. Thus saith the Adonai, the Lord Yahweh, in thy power that pleadeth the cause of this people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. So the fury of the Lord has been on our people while they're bugged out. He gave us over to Esau, who's the real thug that taught you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans how to be degenerates. You learned that from your oppressors. It says, thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it in the hand of them that afflict thee. So it's about to go back on the Edomites. It's about to go back on y'all and the nations. But I will put it in the hand of them that afflict thee. That's who afflicted us. Which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. Hey, all y'all here is actually pictures you can look up during chattel slavery where Esau would put his foot on top of Jake's, right? And step on top of Jake's. Hey, that's the spirit that said, bow down and I will go over thee. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. That's talking about how we were underneath our enemies. The Most High gave us over. In Isaiah 47 and verse 3, he was wroth with his people. That's him giving us over to our oppressors for disobeying his word, for disobeying and serving other gods. That's the penalty for it. You see? Beautiful. Yep, you got it.
Isaiah 29, 9.
Yep.
Book of Isaiah chapter 29 verse 9, and it reads, "Stay yourself for wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken but not with wine, they stagger but not with strong drink." And that wine is alluded to the Western doctrine, right? That's what got the nations drunk. The other priests, the nations have drinking that wine, right? That's the doctrine of the West world.
Yeah, that's right. The philosophy of the world, the doctrines of the devils. That's right, brother. Big brother Ariel put this pretty good. Titus 1:1. Paul, a servant and an apostle of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, according to the faith of the Most High. It says, elect and the acknowledging of the truth, which is after godliness. Acknowledging the truth is after righteousness. Titus 1:2, it says, in hope of eternal life, which the Most High that cannot lie promised before the world began. So he promised that to the believers because he gave them exemption. There's no amount of things you're going to do to just get that. Now, you should do more and more righteousness, but it's not about how much you do or how much you know. It's not how many videos you do, how many times you come out to the highways and hedges. It's not about that, although those are good things. But that's not going to equate. You can't do enough to receive the promise. The Most High would have had to actually have elected you, chosen you, right? That's how it works, right? So the big part of what we're doing is faith. It's faith-based. Because, hey, the scriptures tell us we can never go far enough. We brought that out the other day, too, in Sirach 43 and 30. You got it, Akia.
Yeah, this is real quick, just to follow back what you were saying.
Yep.
All right, it says, Romans 9, verse 15, also 16, for he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. Here's the point. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of out of one Yahweh that showeth mercy. So once again, it's not about, as Ed was just saying, not about how many videos you do, or how many times you go out. It's ultimately about where you ordained or not.
Yep.
You know, it's really that simple. Because you're saying, what, the simplicity in Yahweh Shai? Was you chosen or not?
Yep.
Okay.
You got to put on as the elect, because once again, we can't, for all the good that we would do, the brother said earlier, our righteousness is filthy rags. So of course we're going to promote what's right in righteousness and do it to the best of our ability. But Paul said also in Romans 7, the things that he don't want to do is what he do, and the sin is ever present in him. Yep. So you're still going to go off. That's worthy of death. That's not good enough in the sight of the Most High. That's why he turned his back to the children of Israel and said, Yahweh Shai, you deal with them. Yep. Yahweh Shai got to actually bring us back to the Most High. The Most High ain't satisfied. That's right. This ain't good enough. Almost okay. Even us is coming back to learning the laws. We still break a lot of the laws. That still ain't right in the sight of the Most High. So we got to be made right through the spirit of Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai. The blood of Yahweh Shai has to cover us. We pray that it is. That's why we come out and promote righteous works to the best of our ability. Right? Let's show that. Let's show that in the scriptures real quick. Go to Isaiah 19. Start at 14. That's why we come and do that in the midst of you imbeciles, you non-believers. Yes, brother. Shadya Ka'an, to the brother formerly known as Hananya. Hey, brother, it's a hard thing to understand for a lot of people. Yep, a lot of these people on here are demons. It's a hard thing for people to understand. Meaning they have demonic spirits on them. They have demonic spirits on them. Unclean spirits. You see? Isaiah 9, this is about 14. We'll read down. Because that's why we present ourselves, our bodies, and living sacrifices, it says in Romans 12. That's why we do that. You got to opt out. This is going to explain that. Go ahead.
God's book, Isaiah.
It's going to explain Babylon, and then it's going to tell you what's going on in the midst of Babylon. At the altar. That's why you will see my lessons. I always title it Live Altar Teaching. We're at the altar. That's prophecy that we would be spiritual altars around the world, but the sign will be here in Babylon, right? That's the major sign. Look at how many brothers all around America, Babylon the Great, doing what we're doing. Yeah. That's no greater place on the earth than here, because this is Babylon the Great. You got it, Akia.
This is our book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter, and the 14th verse, and it reads, How Adonai Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
That's what we're talking about. That's what Romans, the first chapter. We'll go to 1 Corinthians 6 as well. That's what that's talking about. It's a perverse spirit in the world because Babylon is ruled. It's a perverse spirit in the midst of Babylon's going to tell us, which is likened unto Egypt when we keep reading. Go ahead.
In the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err.
They have caused Egypt. They have caused New Egypt, Babylon the Great, is likened unto that. America is likened unto that in the Bible. It's the land of our oppression. It's like ancient Egypt. Our people have been here over 400 years. That's why it's time to go, baby. It's time to go. We was in ancient Egypt over 40 years. See the parallels? So he's calling this place Egypt. He's calls this place to be in error and sin, in wickedness, in ignorance. Go ahead. That's why it's error.
Gone. Egypt to err in every work thereof.
Everything here, every work. We just read that the whole earth is out of course. That in Micah 2:10, arise ye, depart, for this is not your rest, because it's polluted. In every work, everything here is polluted. The people, the government, the laws. It says in Habakkuk 1:4 that wrong judgment proceed forth. That righteousness don't ever go forth because the wicked can pass the righteous. So everything is polluted here. The food is polluted, the air is polluted. You got forever chemicals in your body. You got microplastics in your body from the food and stuff. In the water, it's polluted, right? It's hard as hell. You got to go try to get well water, try to get pH. You got to go in and try to find 10.0 pH water to just get some decent water around here, right? But it's all still polluted. It's BPH in the plastics that's in the foods. Is it? Come on, man. Go ahead.
Gone. Perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err.
Egypt is error. This place is an error in every work. This place is going to be destroyed. And all you people that love this place, Babylon, the Great America, you're going to be destroyed too by the Most High God. The Most High God going to destroy you fucking people that love this place. You're going to get destroyed by the Most High God, Yahweh and His son Yahweh Shai. You don't know Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, but you about to find out real soon who Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is, because y'all play with the Most High like this is a game. Like what we're doing is a game. The Most High gonna destroy a lot of you people. You're gonna know who Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is soon. Real soon. Right? Keep playing. Go ahead.
God. Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
That's how Babylon is. This place is like a drunken man staggered in his vomit. It's a damn shame. That's how people are. That's how strong they have been given over to sin and wickedness. It's become acceptable. Go ahead.
God. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
So that means the Most High about to shut down shop in Babylon. That's why a lot of jobs are being lost.
Yep.
Over and over and over, you see a job, all that's going on. I saw the other day, it was a negative jobs report so far for the year and all that. It's going to get worse.
God.
He about to shut down shop. He said there ain't going to be no work for Egypt. Ain't going to be no work here. Go ahead.
God. Which the head or tail branch or rush may do.
Head or tail, whether you're a CEO of a Fortunate 5 country, a Fortunate 500 company, Slovakia, whether you are working in corporate America, and you're making $300,000 a year, whatever. You got different businesses, where you some of these black women down in Atlanta that's balling out of control. They got these big time jobs, got these 6-7 bedroom mansions. All these people that's balling out of control living. Egypt about to be shut down. Go ahead. Babylon about to be shut down.
Come. And the day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, we all gonna get out of here. We get out of America then. Yahweh Shai gonna get us out of here. I'm glad you said that. Yahweh Shai, our Lord, is coming to get us out of here. Right? He's coming to get us out of here. We gonna get out of here. But a lot of you people gonna be left here to get destroyed. Because the Lord's coming to deliver the elect. Read the Bible. He's coming to deliver the elect. Right? So you people gonna get destroyed. So we all gonna get out of here. Don't worry. We gonna get out of here. And y'all can keep y'all ass here. Go ahead.
Come. Because you're shaking of the hand, Adonai Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
Yep.
And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt.
Yep.
Every one that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself.
Yep, we almost there. Go ahead.
Because of the counsel of Adonai Yahweh of hosts.
Yeah, the issue that people have is the counsel, is the words of truth, the Holy Bible. Go ahead.
Which he hath determined against it.
The Most High, the word, he's determined he's going to destroy Babylon. There's nothing you can do. It don't matter how you feel. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter and the 18th verse, and it reads, And that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan.
5 is symbolic of power. So here, here in Babylon, it says 5, you will have the believers that have the words of truth. That's the Lashon Kodash, the names of the Most High, and the knowledge of the truth. So 5 cities in Egypt, in the land of Egypt, speak the language of Canaan. That's talking about the Hebrew language. The language of Canaan, talking about the Hebrew language, right? It's talking about the Lashon Kodash. It's talking about what Yahweh Shah was speaking when he was here. And the prophets, going all the way back to Adam. The same language that God speak. Go ahead.
God. Again, and swear hard to Ha'adon Yahweh of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction.
Yep.
And that day shall there be an altar to Ha'adon Yahweh.
This is what's going on right now. Right now, there's an altar right here in Babylon, in the midst of Babylon. Spiritual altars where men are offering themselves up as living sacrifices. Go ahead.
In the midst of the land of Egypt.
And this is going on here in Babylon, in the midst of the land of Egypt, the land of great captivity. Right, this last captivity. Go ahead.
Con. And a pillar at the border thereof to Ha'adon Yahweh.
Yeah, that's right. So there you go. And we were brought here on slave ships in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. All you people that got something to say, read Deuteronomy 28, 68, and tell me who that applies to. Ancient Babylon is in Iraq. Ancient Babylon is in Iraq. Ancient Babylon. Ain't nobody oppressed here in the last days in ancient Babylon. We didn't go on slave ships to ancient Babylon. We was brought on slave ships here in Deuteronomy 28 and 68. The lake of fire is set for Satan and you Edomites, right? Esau is Satan. You Edomites are Satan on the earth.
And 2/3 right.
And 2/3 the heathen and the wicked. About to get it. Then we get a few more and get up out of here. Because you people are gone. Y'all way gone. You was done there.
1 Corinthians
6 and 9. Yeah, you can get down.
You get up.
So we was talking, we made it clear in Romans the 1st chapter and other precepts, we broke down the words and talked about how in 1 John 2 and 15, love not the world, the lust of the flesh, right? That ain't just talking about sex and getting off, trying to get your rocks off. It's more to it than that. It's bigger things than just that. Go ahead.
This book of 1 Corinthians, the sixth chapter, and the 9th verse, and it reads, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the power, but not deceived.
Yeah, be not deceived. Go ahead.
Be not deceived.
The unrighteous. So those that weren't chosen are not going to receive it. Person might say, but see, if you do all these things, then you're going to receive it. You would have had to been chosen.
You have been chosen, man.
That's what it is. It's not that you're going to do all the things, everything right. You're not going to.
That's impossible.
But you do it more and more, do it better. You rehearse the righteous acts, right? Don't bite off more than what you can chew. Don't try to make yourself abide by the standard of the law, what you can't keep in this flesh. Go ahead.
God. Neither fornicators, nor idolaters.
Men that actually worship other gods. If you believe in Jesus Christ and you believe in Christianity and Catholicism, that's worshiping other gods. That's a form of idolatry. If you believe in Ishtar and you take on the ways of a 5%er or Egyptologist or Islam, that's all known as idolatry. You're not worshiping the God of the Bible. That's idolatry. Go ahead.
God.
Or if you believe in yourself, you're a free thinker. That's idolatry. Go ahead.
God, nor adulterers.
Nor adulterers.
No.
This is spiritual and literal. Go ahead.
God, nor effeminate.
If you effeminate, if you a mo, and you a man, and you take on the spirit of a woman, you're not gonna make it. Niggas like Shamar not gonna make it. Go ahead.
They through.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
If you going into the man's Duke shoot, you're not gonna make it. Go ahead. If you want to abuse a man, you're actually doing a violent crime to a man when two men actually deal with each other when they lay down. That's a violent crime. That's a sick thing right there. But it's literally a crime. You see, it's a crime against humanity when a man do some stuff like that. It's sick, man. Go ahead.
God. Nor thieves.
If you a thief, if you don't repent, if you a man, and whether you're doing white collar crimes or you just you're a thief or whatever, or you somebody to go and rob your people or whatever the case is, you in the hood robbing niggas, whatever. If you stay in that lifestyle, the Most High is going to destroy you, right? Unless He call you out of it, right? It's by His will. We read it earlier in Romans. He gives certain men over to vile affections, certain demons and spirits. It said God do that. Go ahead.
God, nor covetousness.
Yep.
Nor drunkards. Nor revilers.
No revilers. So you could be a literal drunkard. So hey, we see that even in the ministry.
Yeah.
You have men that promote that and say, hey, I'll do whatever I want to do. Well, when you come out before the congregation, it tells you in the 10th chapter of Leviticus that you're not supposed to be, you and your sons are not supposed to be drunk and coming out before the congregation. That's wrong. You're not supposed to do that, right? And there's men that say, well, hey, I can do whatever I want to, and that's fine. So if you go back and forth with a person like that, you just let them do what they're gonna do. They've already been reproved. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Cool, let them do it, right? You just, to the best of your ability, you don't do that or promote that. Right. That's another thing. You don't do it or promote it, right? You try to stand for what's right to the best of your ability. You got a precept?
Yeah, I think you quoted it, but Leviticus 10 and verse 9, and it reads, do not drink wine nor strong drink, thou nor thy sons with thee, when you go into the tabernacle of the congregation, lest you die.
Now, the Lord said don't do that, right? So when you come before God's people, when you come before the congregation, that's the great congregation of people, Sirach 24 tells you that. Proverbs 22 and start at 22 tells you that. That's before the congregation. When you come before God's people, you're doing videos, you're doing live lessons, you're supposed to be drunken and be drinking heavy. You see what I'm saying? You're not supposed to do that. That's not a righteous spirit, because you can't judge righteously when you're in that spirit. Go ahead.
It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations.
Yep.
That you may put difference between holy and unholy, between unclean and clean.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, hey, doing that, that's, you're blurring the lines now more. Now, if a man is doing that, hey, well, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, hey, a man could come out of that or not. Ultimately, the Most High, the Bible says in Romans 14, is able to make a man stand. Ultimately, if they gonna come out of it, they're gonna do it. Not because you're gonna do a bunch of videos. It's not gonna change nothing. It's not gonna change nothing. But you speak against it.
Yeah.
You know, you speak against it. But you see men will keep going back. For what? Mark them that cause divisions and avoid them.
Avoid them, man.
What's hard about that? Let them do it. They don't want to hear it. Let them do it. Yeah. You're not gonna convince them. The Most High God, Yahweh, got to convince a man of certain things. There's certain men that will do certain things. God got to convince them of that. Sure. Right? Beautiful. You got it, bro.
We go back to
Romans. Yeah, I mean, 1 Corinthians 6. It's locked in.
Book of 1 Corinthians 6th chapter. And we're at the 10th verse, and it reads, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the power.
Yeah. So these type of men ain't gonna do that. If you in the murder gang, somebody asks, are we gang members? No, we're not. We're reading, we're holding Bibles in our hand, and we're speaking of the judgments of the Lord and preaching to our people to come back to learning of their God, right? Do we look like gang members? That's the question. Do we look like gang members? So, any man that's in that spirit, right? Any man that's in that spirit, they in a gang, murder gang, they dope dealing, they robbing people, they're liars, serial adulterers. They're in that spirit. That spirit is not a righteous spirit. God, the Most High, the ones that are of the elect, gonna take them out of that, which he's doing already, starting with us. Now we becoming clean through the word, the scriptures say. We'll finish off with a couple of them and get out of here. We're being cleaned by the word. That starts the process of cleansing you, right? The word has to cleanse you, you see? So none of them, that was the end of that, right?
That's the end of that. I'm off.
That's it.
Yep. So none of them are gonna inherit the kingdom. So you have to be clean through the word. That's what you start the process of doing, in hopes of having salvation and receiving the promise. You got to start. That's the starting point. Now you become clean by learning and taking on the word and doing it. That's how you start the process of cleansing yourself. You got it, Akia.
It's a book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 9. Withal shall a young man cleanse his way by taking heed thereto according to thy word. Yep. The brother was just saying, taking heed is not just listening, it's listening and applying that action and taking and following the word, right?
Yep.
Hearing that word, it cleanses your soul and your spirit, right? And the water, this word is referred in the life of water.
God, but you make your point. Hey, some of this stuff is, hey, you can't make it up. It says, this person says that strong Christian men, we're Israelites, we are the true Christians, the followers of the anointed. JP said, wish I could be black. You can't make it up. Wish I could be black. Hey, at the end of the day, a lot of people want to be like us. But we're not actually black. We are the Israelites.
God.
We are the sons of God. But we got flavor and we got salt, and we bring salt to earth. And the Bible says that Jacob is a form of all things. That's why you other nations would prefer to be like us, because y'all realize that even think we at our lowest of the lowest that we are.
Yeah, we ain't even
right?
out. Yeah.
Yeah, we the lowest of the lowest. And think we still greater than y'all. What do y'all do every Saturday, Sunday night? Y'all go and watch nothing but Jakes. Hey, them football stadiums be full, especially in college. It'd be like 100,000. It'd be nothing but mostly a lot of Edomites in there.
Yeah,
at these stadiums.
You know, it was
praising and worshiping Jakes.
It was a trend, and it was really weird. What young Edomite men would like describe a Jake man like 6'5", yoked up.
Yeah. Lusting after him.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I won't back down. This is weird because it's a thing that they did study on. It's like a lot of these Edomite men, they kind of like. It's kind of like sodomitism, how they view it.
I'm gonna pull it up. It's called cuckold.
Cuckold, yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up. It's cuckolding. That's what it is. They get off on that. A lot of Edomites get off on that.
Yeah, man.
Back during chattel slavery times, a lot of them sometimes would like to see a woman get popped by Jake men. Some of them got off on that. That's why you see bugged out Jakes in that spirit now. A cuckold is primarily defined as a man whose wife or partner is having an affair with another person, often implying that the husband is unaware of the fidelity. The term, considered old-fashioned and sometimes literary, comes from cuckoo bird, known for laying its eggs in other birds' nests. Now it's also like swingers, right? But you know, like swingers, all that lifestyle is really all of a similar thing. That's an unclean way of living. You know, in the sight of the Most High, that's wickedness. You ain't supposed to be cool with your woman, you know, being out here getting popped by other men, or your woman being out here paraded around, you know, looking like a harlot, right? Or being in that spirit. Now, what is the majority of our women? They do that, right? Now, we said it the other day. This is how heavy that is. A man will go and argue that, well, you know, your woman, they can change, they can wear dresses, they can do all this stuff. Okay, they could. But here's the thing: the same men that will argue other things was then Deuteronomy 22:5, our last time, a woman will be wearing pants. That's an abomination to the Most High.
Which means disgust.
It's disgust. So, but they'll be arguing other things, but I guarantee you a lot of them women wear pants. And that's why you can't play with the law. It's the point we've been making, right? Recently. You don't want to play with that, man. Because it can get real tricky, because you can't, when you apply the law, you go by the letter of the law, you can't just apply, you can't cherry pick what you want or not. So you're going to be under grace and mercy, right? And understand the weightier matters of law and being spiritual. Or you're going to play that game and then you're going to be Matthew 7:1, judge not that you be not judged. Now you're going to be being judgmental, trying to be over righteous about things, trying to make things move how you want them to go or how you think. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that, right? So this is all in progress, in process. If a man feels strong about something, stand for what you believe in. Stand on that. Right? The brother saying if you play that game, you're going to be found guilty. That's right, brother. That ain't even a precept, but that's precept of the night. And if you play that game, the brother shot your Khan. He said, if you play that game, you're going to be found guilty because we can't keep the law perfectly. That's one of the curses. That's right. That's the curse of the laws. We can't keep the law.
Yeah, you know, real quick, just fall back on what you were saying.
Yep.
When we say, you know, we rehearse the righteous acts of the law, that's John 4, you know, which is Judges 5:11. But we're showing that, you know, we love, you know, Yahweh Shah. We're showing that we're trying to, you know, obey. All right, the same way as it said, they'd be like unto a fate for Abraham. So I'm gonna grab this real quick in the book of Genesis, chapter 26 and verse 5. And it says, because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and the scripture says that what? It's better to obey than sacrifice. Sacrifice represents the law. So ultimately, we are showing what, you know, love and trying to keep the commandments, all right, which is rehearsed. Genesis 26 and verse 5, because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws, all right? So Abraham did what? He showed perfect love, showed, you know, true love, showed what? Obedience. Like I just quoted, it's better to obey than to what? Than to sacrifice, okay?
That's right. We're going to add to you, brother. We'll get out of here. I don't have an EBT. We don't have EBT cards. Can I borrow your EBT card? We don't have an EBT card. But that was funny, right? You got it. That was real funny, Esau. Yeah, I see you eating mine. Based on your picture, you're eating mine.
Esau is on food stuff more than anybody.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Y'all on that heaviest.
On the heaviest.
Yeah. We don't have one. But if I could get one, I would use it. Ain't no part of me. If I, can, I would gladly use it.
Hell yeah, get
You
on
see what I'm saying? If I could get one. You see? Go ahead.
Start at 9.
Now we're gonna start at what's that?
Hebrews 11.
We're gonna start at 1. We're gonna read down to about 9. We're gonna add to what the brother said, faithful Abraham. Something important. What we doing, a big part of this is faith. Right? We can't establish our own righteousness. We can't make ourselves the elect. Lord willing, we were chosen. Go ahead.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1, and it reads, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yep.
For by it the elders obtain a good report.
For having faith in the sight of the Most High, that's how you're gonna be in good standing with the Most High. Having faith, truly believing, standing on business, standing on the word, but most importantly, having faith. Go ahead.
God, through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the power of Yahweh, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
Yeah, so it's by faith that we believe the account when we read in Genesis, Sirach 24, Proverbs 8, Hebrews the 1st chapter, Colossians the 1st chapter. All these chapters prove what happened in the beginning. It's by faith, really. We don't have no recollection of being there and knowing. We don't know. It's by faith, right? It's by faith. So the word is what brings us to faith. Some people, it don't bring them to faith. So that shows you, if you don't have faith, you can't please the Most High. Right. Wisdom of Solomon 7:28. It's impossible to please him. So a lot of you people are going to get destroyed. Go ahead.
God. Book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, in the 4th verse, and it reads, by faith, Abel offered unto the power of Yahweh a more excellent sacrifice than Cain.
Yep.
By which he obtained witness that he was righteous.
Yep, Abel was righteous. He was of the righteous line, right? So Abel, and then you had Seth. But Cain didn't, right? His sacrifice wasn't righteous. That's you Edomites. You come out of Cain. Go ahead.
The power of Yahweh testifies of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By the faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death.
Yep.
And he was not found because the power Yahweh had translated him. But before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased the power of Yahweh.
Yeah, he had this testimony that he pleased the power of Yahweh. So he was pleasing to the Lord Yahweh. This man that walked the earth, some man was like, oh, them dudes, I don't think them dudes are righteous. But are you pleasing in the sight of the Most High? Meaning, did he choose you? If he did, then guess what? Your faith is gonna make you whole. Go ahead.
John. Book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, in the 6th verse, it reads, but without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Without faith, you can't please the Most High. So what we're doing, the greatest part of it is faith. We're not excluding the law. No, we establish the law, Romans 3:31. We understand that. Like, we ain't doing like these Christians on here. And no, Israel is actually a people before it's a place. Israel was an actual man, Jacob's name was changed, but it's a people before a place. So we want to correct that. That's wrong. That's incorrect what you just said. Right? It's a people before a place. What?
God. But he that cometh to the power must believe that he is.
Yeah, if you come to be a servant of God, you got to believe that he is. Because God's name, Yahweh, means he is. Go ahead.
God. And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
And God gonna reward them that diligently seek him, those that got faith. Go ahead.
By faith, Noah, being warned of the power of Yahweh, of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to saving of his house, by which he was condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
Yep.
By faith, Abraham.
See, brother, from my Abraham brought me maybe think about this. By faith, faithful Abraham, right? Go ahead.
God, when he was called to go into a place which he should, after receiving inheritance, obeyed and went out, not knowing whither he went.
Yep. Well, hold on one second, brother. We'll say something.
Oh no, I was gonna say real quick, and Abraham called what faithful, and also Abraham was raised as what? He was raised as a heathen.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. He was.
But he came back what? But he came back through that faith.
Yep.
All right, not by the law.
Not by the law.
Yep.
That's right. Matter of fact, Abraham didn't even get circumcised till he was like 100 years old or something.
Yeah.
You see? So that shows you, because that was part of the customs. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, it was a part of the customs of the Israelites. Now that came on as we went on, but once again, that shows you. You see? Go ahead.
God. Book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, and the 9th verse, it reads, by faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. But he looked for a city which have foundations, whose builders and maker is the power of Yahweh.
Yep.
Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised.
That's Isaac, right? Who was our Lord Yahweh Shai at that time. Go ahead. See, this was all faith, because she doubted that. She laughed at the idea. She scoffed at the idea that she would have a child being like 90 in her 90s. And it was 99 years old, actually. Abraham was 99 years old when he got circumcised. Go ahead. I said 100.
God.
About the same, but just for accuracy. Go ahead.
The book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, and the 12th verse, and it reads, therefore sprang there even of one of him as good as dead, as many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the sea shore innumerable.
Yep.
These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims of the earth.
Yep.
For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. Book of Romans, the 11th chapter and the 15th verse.
Hebrews.
Hebrews, the 11th chapter and 15th verse, like it. And it reads, and truly, if they had been mindful of the country from whence they came out, they might have an opportunity to have returned.
Boom, that's good, that's good. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 10, but you got something you can bring it. Wisdom of Solomon 10, and we'll end with that. We'll get a first few verses, something important in there, going into faith. So what we're doing, a big part of it, is what we're promoting, is to help people to have faith, to learn and have faith, and then come back to rehearsing the righteous acts. It ain't gonna be by how many things you do right, because you're gonna still do things wrong, but you wanna do more righteousness than wickedness. Job said, weigh therefore, in Job, the 31st chapter, weigh therefore in the balance the evil that I've done and the good, so that you may know. Matter of fact, get that for me before we end with the, what you call it, that you may know mine integrity. Right? Should be Job 31, like 5. Should be around there. Why would Job say that? Well, it says don't be over righteous, over wise, or over wicked. Why would it say don't be over wicked? Well, because we go off. We go off. And we err in thought and judgment at times. We err. We go off. Right? Don't mean that we make it a thing of ours to do or to promote that. But hey, it's a part of being in the flesh. Like,
yeah, I mean, you start 5, but 6 is point.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Book of Job, the 31st chapter and the 5th verse, and it reads, if I have walked with vanity, or if my foot had hasted deceit.
If I walked with vanity, Job said if I was going off, or if I went to do something that was wrong, that was evil in the sight of the
in an even balance.
Yeah, weigh me. He said, God, weigh me in an even balance. It says the same thing in it's the second Ezra's, the second chapter, I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. It talks about how
The nations.
weigh the nation's wickedness in ours, and see, and then see who is actually more upright in your sight. Go ahead.
God, that the power may know my integrity.
That God may know that I got integrity, that I am a believer. Ultimately, that He was a chosen righteous man in the sight of God. Go ahead.
God, if my step have turned out of the way, and mine heart walked after mine eyes,
Yep.
if any blot had cleaved to my hands, then let me sow and let another eat, yea, let my offspring be rooted out.
Boom. Beautiful. 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 You got it. I'm gonna get the last one. Wisdom of Solomon 10. We'll start at the top, get a few, and we'll get up out of here.
Yeah, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10 and verse 1. She preserved the first foreign father of the world.
She preserved who?
The first foreign father of the world.
Now, who was that she? It's talking about wisdom.
Sophia.
Wisdom. Sophia, wisdom is going to preserve you. So you got to have faith that the Most High is going to increase you in understanding to preserve you, to keep you, right? Go ahead.
That was created alone and brought him out of his fall and gave him power to rule all things.
Now, when you go back to that in verse 1-5, it's going back to Adam. Adam actually went off.
Yep.
Following Eve, right? And they was doing evil on the side of the Most High. So when he went off, it says she preserved him. Because ultimately, from that time, even going forward, hey, I always ask the question too, well, just because a man falls, does that make him wicked?
No.
Was King David wicked because he did committed murder, conspiracy to commit murder and adultery? He did wicked things, but in the sight of the Most High, he was righteous.
Righteous.
Come on, man.
Yep.
You see? So there you go. Go ahead. That's what it means. It preserved the first foreign father. And for those that can receive that first foreign father came back. Go ahead.
And gave him power to rule all things.
Go ahead.
But when the righteous went away from her in his anger, he perished also in the fury wherewith he murdered his brother.
That's talking about what we read earlier. That's talking about Abel.
Oh, Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel. Abel being murdered by who?
Cain.
By Cain, who was the wicked. He came out first. Esau came out first, and then Jacob came out. It's the same thing happened all over again. Go ahead.
For whose cause the earth being drowned.
Hey, that's heavy. Look at that on the, what you call it?
Hey,
144. 144 on the live. Hey, y'all about to 144 on the live. Go ahead.
For whose cause the earth being drowned. Talking about Noah.
Yep.
With the flood, wisdom again preserved it.
Yep. So those men, it said wisdom preserved them. So those are men of faith that they was given this wisdom. All the accounts you read about all the men of the Lord, they were dwelling with wisdom. And that's what preserved them. It gave you an example that Cain didn't. He didn't bring a righteous sacrifice we read earlier. And he didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He was outside of the way of righteousness. He wasn't considered that. The Most High didn't give that to him. Right? So wisdom gonna lead to the increase of your faith. Go ahead.
And directed the course of the righteous in a piece of wood of small value.
Yep. That was what Noah and all the designated animals were on, and Noah, his wife, and his sons and their wives, the 8 people. Go ahead.
Moreover, the nations in their wicked conspiracy, being confounded, she found out the righteous, and preserved him blameless unto the Most High, and kept him strong against his tender compassion toward his son. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man, who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities. Speaking about Lot. All right, Abraham's nephew. Verse 7 of whose.
Now think about that. It says Lot was a righteous man.
Yeah.
Bible speaks about how we're like just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation. Well, it was something Lot did when you read back in Exodus. When Moses was gone, he actually made the golden calf.
Yeah.
So,
Aaron,
but he was right. Aaron, excuse me, Aaron.
Yep.
So not Lot. Aaron.
Aaron made the golden calf.
Aaron made the golden calf, and he was the chief high priest.
Yeah.
The water. Aaron made the golden calf, but he was the chief high priest. You see what I'm saying? Lot ended up, he got tricked, but he ended up freaking off with his daughters.
And that's worthy of death.
Yep.
By making the idols and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's all worthy of death.
Yeah.
And the Most High was going to do it, but Moses went to him and pleaded with him.
He pleaded with him.
Yeah.
Like, Lord, don't do that. See, there you go. Right? Moses went and he was pleading on the behalf, of him, and even with Lot, which was his family, his nephew.
Yeah.
He went back and said, is there so many righteous men? And the Lord kept saying, hey, look, I'm about to destroy Sodom.
Yeah.
Ain't no righteous people in it, but you know what? I'm gonna spare them. Right? I'm gonna spare them few. If for nothing else, on behalf of Moses, but that was ultimately the will of the Most High. Right? So that was right. Those that were righteous, Lot, the wife wasn't righteous because she got cremated. Right?
Turned back.
Yep, she got turned into a pillar of salt. But the daughters of him, they were in the sight of the Most High. Go ahead.
Of whose wickedness, even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul.
That's the wife of Lot's wife. The Bible says, remember Lot's wife. She's a monument. There's a place where you look it up, Lot's wife, and you can see that what is believed to be that people knew from going way back, right? People have went to visit these places. That was indeed Lot's wife. Right? Go ahead.
For regarding not wisdom, they got not only dishert, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness.
That's right. So if you don't have wisdom, that means God don't love you because he don't love those that dwell with wisdom. And that means you're not going to have faith. You can't have faith if you don't have wisdom. It's impossible.
Yep.
If you don't have wisdom, you're not going to have faith. Right? They go hand in hand. They coincide. Wisdom and faith go hand in hand. You can't have faith if you truly don't have any wisdom. That means the Most High would have put the wisdom inside of you to even believe. Now you might not have a depth of riches. It's not required. You got to know all the things in the Bible. But you're going to have faith, you're going to have wisdom. The Most High would have to bless you with that. Because once again, he don't love you unless you got it. Go ahead. We're almost done.
So that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as behead, but wisdom delivered from pain those that attend upon her.
Wisdom delivered from pain those that attend upon her. So those that have this wisdom, because they've got faith in the Most High, like we read in Hebrews 11, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We can't see certain things. But we read these things, we believe because we got faith. And that's what the Most High is looking for. He's looking for men and women that are faithful, that believe first and foremost. And then from there, he can increase you. Go ahead.
When the righteous fled from his brother's wrath, she guided him in right paths.
This is going into the time when you go into Joseph. Go ahead.
Showed him the kingdom of Most High and gave him knowledge of holy things.
Salakia, that account coming up. This is the account of Jacob. Right, when he was on the run from Esau. Yep, go ahead.
Showed him the kingdom of the Most High and gave him knowledge of holy things, made him rich in his travels, and multiplied the fruit of his labors.
Go ahead.
In the covetousness of such as oppressed him, she stood by him and made him rich. She defended him from his enemies and kept him safe from those that lay in wait. And in his sore conflict, she gave him the victory that he might know that goodness is stronger than all. When the righteous was sold, she forsook him not.
There you go. That's Joseph. She forsook him not. Wisdom didn't forsake him. Meaning the Most High's favor was still with Joseph. Although you couldn't get much lower than being sold by your own brothers into slavery. Damn. Your own family? You couldn't get lower than that. Think of how Joseph must have felt, man. Wisdom was still with him. Right? Go ahead.
But delivered him from sin, she went down with him into the pit.
Go ahead.
And left him not in bonds till she brought him the scepter of the kingdom.
There you go. So then the Most High raised him up. Because he still had faith.
Now he's the head of the southern tribe.
There you go.
Northern.
Yep.
And left him in the bonds till she brought him the scepter of the kingdom and brought against those that oppressed him. As for them that had accused him, she showed them to be liars.
All his brothers showed them to be liars. Go ahead.
And gave him perpetual glory.
That's right. And then he was lifted up. So then when his brothers and them came into Egypt, then guess what? Then they were sorrowful. They were disgusted that they lied to their father like that. Right? That they was given over to wickedness. And it was jealousy. They were jealous of him. Because he was the youngest and they saw that their father favored him. Right? Go ahead.
She delivered the righteous people and blameless seed from the nation that oppressed them. Going to the time of Moses. She entered into the soul of the servant of the Outer One and withstood dreadful kings and wonders and signs. Rendered to the righteous a reward of their labors, guided them in a marvelous way, and was unto them for a cover by day and a light of stars in the night season.
Yeah, that was the chariots, right? The clouds and stuff that was following them. Right, we know Hamashiach was in the chariots, helping lead the children of Israel or whatever during that time.
Brought them through the Red Sea.
See, it brought them through the Red Sea. Yahweh Shah was there, 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter. But a lot of you people don't know that and don't believe that, but it's according to the Bible. Where?
And led them through much water, but she drowned their enemies and cast them up out of the bottom of the deep.
And he about to do the same thing to our enemies here. The modern day Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Edomites. Go ahead.
Therefore the righteous spoil the ungodly, and praise thy holy name, O Outer One, and magnify with one accord thine hand that fought for them. For wisdom opened the mouth of the dumb, and made the tongues of them that cannot speak eloquent.
There you go. And made the tongue of them that could not speak eloquent. Right? One example of that also was Moses. Moses, he couldn't, he wasn't proficient with the Hebrew because he was raised as an Egyptian, although he was an Israelite when you go to Exodus, the 1st chapter. So Moses, in the Exodus first, going to the 2nd chapter. So Moses, he's an example of that. He's an example of that. He's like, how am I going to speak to this people? I don't understand the Hebrew language. Excuse me? Yeah, no, that's Elon.
That's Elon right there. I don't know what you're talking about.
You going into slavery, baby.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what he's saying. You going into slavery.
Yeah.
These mother effers either think they are about to make a bag off of this or they are trying to be funny. We're not making a bag off nothing.
Nah.
We teach this word The Bible says, buy the truth and sell it not. We just do this because we believe. That's an example of faith. And that's an example of non-belief. A person that don't have faith. That will say something dumb like that. Right? That's crazy. But it's all good. So I think we hit the point. All through the spirit of Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. Right? We want to give all praises, infinite honor, and glory to the God of heaven and earth. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. All praises be to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, and His Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel, who labor in truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Barakim La, Habayath, Madabada. Blessings to the house of David, which ye brothers labored in truth and sincerity. And to the Akim wa Akwaf, brothers and sisters that listen and believe on the glorious gospel being preached. Unto you we say shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
And to Wab la Yalah. Shalom. Shalom to the brother, big brother Ariel. Yes, we are the Israelites. Yes. To Naya, we are the Israelites.
Yeah, facing the east too.
We are the Israelites. Yep. So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Israelites. Woo, it's the cherry right
facing
there.
the east too, you know.
Hey, facing the east. Call Lord Yahweh Shai. Hey, them my brothers up there. The cherry right out here.
Hey, shalom to
hey, that's good, brother. Call it.
Shalom to big bro Ariel.
We are. Bro, y'all think y'all Jews. We are, baby. And there's nothing you can do about it. You Edomites about to get the judgment. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. Right? Christianity is fake. Christianity is fake. But the truth of the Bible is real.